Hi, collective. My name is Greta. I do like to start the reading out with a little bit of smudge. I have some sage here and three chimes to bring in positive energy. This is a general reading for the collective. And so it's for everyone, it's a free for all. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for the collective. I did want to wish you happy Mercury retrograde. There is a lot going on for us this month. And this month is really going to be one of, let me get back here. Let me get back here. Get back here. Let's go right there. Perfect. Let's go right here. Go right here. Do a little bit of housekeeping? Yes, perfect, excellent. Maybe move that just a hair. We'll try to get that as lined up as we possibly can. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for the collective. What would you like the collective to know or to be aware of during or for this meeting or this reading? And again, we started out talking about the Mercury retrograde, and this month, life is about to change for each and every one of us. This retrograde is really about transformation and change. And a majority of the transformation and changes are really meant to be in our personal lives, in our private lives. For some of us, that will be in relationships. And for some of us, it will be a transformation in the relationship we have with ourselves, in the relationships that we have with spirit. Yeah, this Mercury retrograde, it starts on the 4th or the 5th, depending on where you are in the planet, but it is going to last until August 27th, 28th, or 29th. So, really, the whole month of August. But the one thing nice, or the one thing consistent, is many times, depending where what our zodiac sign is, and depending on where Mercury falls in our birth chart, we will start to feel the effects of that retrograde a week or two before and a week or two after. So we can, with a reasonable amount of certainty, say that Mercury retrograde is going to be one of change and transformation for each and every one of us. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for the collective. And so the collective is all zodiac signs. So this is your reading. I do want to welcome you to my channel. My name is Greta. I am an intuitive reader. Um, I rely on my intuition first and foremost. I will say I do look at the sun placement, the moon placement, and other planetary placements. But first and foremost, I do trust my intuition. I am a Capricorn, sun and moon, and I am a Gemini. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for the collective. What would you like the collective to know or to be aware of? And honestly, when we are considering our zodiac sign, it is important that we do know what our sun, what our moon, and what the other planetary placements are. And a majority of us do have all zodiac signs in our planetary charts. Um, those planets, those zodiac signs were somewhere when we were born. And it's really a matter of determining what effects each of those zodiac signs or each of those planetary placements have on us. I will recommend that you have a birth chart done, and there's many places online where you can go and have a birth chart done for free. You just enter your name, your email address, your date of birth, your time of birth, and your location of birth, and they will send you free of charge a planetary placement, and that will give you a very good idea of where each of the planets were placed at the time and location of your birth and what that means to you. And your planetary placement is as unique as you are. It's as unique as a fingerprint. It's as unique as your DNA. And again, there's many places online where you can go and have that done for free. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for the collective. And I love that this reading starts with the 10 of Cups. And the 10 of Cups is obviously it's the happily ever after, but it's about the emotional, the spiritual fulfillment. And tens in tarot represent beginnings and endings. And so I do see as a collective, as Mercury retrograde ends, that as a collective, we will all be coming into a space, coming into a time where we are feeling emotionally fulfilled and spiritually connected. I really do believe that this retrograde for a majority of us is really going to be about connecting with spirit, connecting with source. And that is backed by the Two of Wands. And moving forward, looking towards the future. And as we're looking towards the future, you see, we have the world in our hands. The opportunities are limitless. And as we become more in line with spirit, and as we learn to use our emotions and our feelings as tools, as indicators about where we're at and where those and the energy of the planet as a whole, when we're more in line with that, we do have the world at our disposal. And the more in line with that that we are, the more in line with that we become, the more we're able to manifest what it is that we were meant to manifest in this life. And really, what we were meant or destined to manifest is again unique to each and every one of us. Each and every one of us is called to a certain, an individual calling. Yeah, and it's an adventure discovering what each of our callings is. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for the collective. And, we start off with the 10 of Swords. And many times when people see the 10 of Swords, they really think of death, or they think of endings. They think that this is a negative card. But if we really think about the 10 of Swords and the 9 of Swords, which is the card that precedes the 10 of Swords, it's really a good card. We could really consider this a happy ending card. And why I say we can consider this a happy ending card is the 9 of Swords. And I'm glad that we don't see the 9 of Swords here this evening, but the 9 of Swords really does represent stress, agony, pain, discomfort, betrayal, sleepless nights, fretful nights, nightmares, many times when Nine of Swords comes up in a private reading or in your zodiac sign reading for the week, I will say, Spirit's been talking to you. Spirit's been trying to speak to you through your dreams, and you may be even experiencing night terrors. But the Ten of Swords represents that coming to an end. So, whatever has been bothering you, whatever has been plaguing you, whatever has been stressing you out, that is coming to an end. And that is followed by the Hermit card. And I think the Hermit card in your public life, in your professional life, is a really interesting card to get because the Hermit is actually the teacher in disguise. And so many times it will speak to a hidden lesson. And that hidden lesson is for the spirit within. You are, you have the ability to connect with spirit and listen to spirit, and spirit is speaking to you. And we look closer and we see that there's a star in your lantern. And that star is your insight, your inner light, your inner knowing, your intuition, your inner spirit guiding your path, guiding your feet, followed by the Two of Swords. And this Two of Swords is a third choice, another option, something that we're not seeing. The two in tarot can represent contrast and represent a choice. There's a choice here that you will need to make or you will be making. And that is followed by the Page of Pentacles. And the Page of Pentacles is a gratitude, a thankfulness that is slow in coming. Something new, something fresh, something that we feel that we're inexperienced or we don't have enough knowledge or wisdom for. And pages are actually one of the slower moving cards. And so it's slow coming, it's slow taking shape, it's slow taking form. Um, there have been obstacles in your public life, in your professional life, in your career, in your education, in your business, however you generate money, however you generate finances, there has been obstacles that have been seemingly coming out of nowhere, seemingly coming out of the woodwork. And now that we're entering Mercury retrograde, those obstacles are going to be clearing away slowly. But the thing about these obstacles is that solutions for these obstacles are also going to be seemingly come out of nowhere. But the solutions for these obstacles, the answers to overcome these obstacles that seem to be slowing you down, or many times during retrograde, it's like we take one step forward, two steps back, or maybe everything that we've worked so hard for has come undone. And we feel stuck. We feel we feel stuck. We don't have the solutions. But spirit is saying that your solutions, your answers are going to come from within. Your intuition, use and trust your intuition and guiding light. And, this week, in all the readings that I have done, we have talked about intuition and vetting our intuition. I think that the tarot, the horoscopes, and even when we're talking with family and friends and therapists and lawyers and professionals, and even if we're talking to our parents or we're talking to our children, we're bouncing those ideas off, trying to vet what our intuition is already telling us. And when I'm saying trust or follow your intuition, it's also vet your intuition, especially if you're new to tapping into your intuition or new to listening to spirit. I think I was speaking to a gentleman the other night that was going through Bible studies. And I think Bible studies and studying the Bible and doing that is wonderful. And I think that Spirit does talk to us through prayer, and Spirit does talk to us through meditation. But the flip side of that is that we also can get into mind think, or we can get into chasing our tails, or we can get kind of stuck in the mud because we're not getting a broader perspective and we become very narrow minded. And so even with prayer and with meditation, it's important that we find people that we can discuss with and we can talk with and we can vet our ideas. And many times, as we're vetting our ideas, we gain a broader, a bigger perspective. Hi, hello, welcome to my channel. I'm sorry, I do not understand what you have wrote. I do not have my transcribe on, but welcome to my channel. My name is Greta. I am an intuitive reader. And happy Mercury retrograde. Most of this reading, we will be talking about Mercury retrograde. If at any time during this reading, if you have a question, do write that in the comments box, and I will be very happy to answer that question for you or help you find clarity. But I will need the translator on. If you could translate that as you're writing that, it would be deeply appreciated. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for the collective. What would you like the collective to know or to be aware of during or for this reading? And then in your private life, in your personal life, in your love life, we start off with the Knight of Cups. Slow and steady wins the race. And I am not surprised to see this in your private life, in your personal life. As again, with Mercury retrograde, things are going to slow down. And for some of us, things may seem like they're moving backwards. There are a few zodiac signs that are going to have a fantastic month and they're going to be able to take advantage of that slowdown. But for all of us, for the collective, it's slow and steady wins the race. This Mercury retrograde is one of inner transformation and major changes coming about to our inner being, to our inner selves. And then we have the Ace of Swords, which is the gift of knowledge, the gift of wisdom. And again, to know oneself is really a gift. Followed by the legacy wealth. And many readers obviously the first thing that we say is, yes, there's the legacy wealth. You have but legacy wealth is more than the pentacles. It's more than the stuff. It's about the tangible and the intangible. And especially during this Mercury retrograde, it's about the intangible. And the intangible is the energy of money, the energy of things, and the words that we use when we speak to ourselves, our subconscious mind, and connecting our subconscious mind, connecting our energy with the external wealth. That is legacy wealth. That's what really, it's, you know, one time when I was younger, I had a piano lesson, or I went to a piano lesson with one of my friends. And the piano teacher was telling me about the gift of music and the gift of being able to play music, and how that gift of being able to play music or even be able to appreciate music is something that is in us, and that is something that cannot be taken away from us. And that is what that legacy wealth is. It's something within us that cannot be taken away from us. And then we have fresh starts, new beginnings, breaking free of the ties that bind. Many times when I see the Four of Wands, I'll say, that's my get out of jail free card. Because if we look closer, we can see that they have left the confines of the castle. They have broken free of the castle walls. And we can even see that they're celebrating, and everyone outside of the castle walls is celebrating as well. This could indicate a new relationship, but most definitely it does represent a new, fresh start where we have broken free of the things that were apparently holding us back. Building, planning, and saving for the future. There's someone in your private life, in your personal life. Hi, Chevrolet. And let's see if we can get that question here. What's coming into your life? And so, again, I don't know if you were here towards the beginning of the reading, but for the month of August, due to the retrograde, things are really going to be slowing down, and things are really going to be moving slowly. This Mercury retrograde, thank you, Shabbat. So, this Mercury retrograde, you can expect that things will slow down. You can expect where you may feel like you're not making any progress. The gift in this Mercury retrograde, the gift in this slowdown is that we're all going to be going through a personal transformation, or a time of personal transformation. So this month, you are going to be given many opportunities to reevaluate what you once believed or once thought was true. And you're going to find yourself questioning everything about your life, especially as it pertains to religion, spirituality, and your connection with spirit. And that is a transformation. And I see that you are going to gain new wisdom and new knowledge about yourself that is going to help you on your life's path. So while August may be a little bit turbulent for you, I see as you're going into September and you're going into October that you are going to find a place of peace and tranquility. You are going to be able to break free of those things that have been holding you back. And you're going to find that most of those things that have been holding you back have been caused by fear. And the wonderful thing about fear are, fear is false evidence appearing real. Yes. And for your love life, in order to experience love from another person, we must first love and learn to love ourselves. I see that August is a wonderful month to learn and practice self love. If during the month of August you are able to learn and practice self love, as September and August or even November roll around, you will find love. Before the universe can send love in to us, we must first create and reflect that love out into the universe. And that is what practicing self love is about. If someone from your past is trying to return, I always offer words of caution. People are in our past for a reason. Usually, that reason is we have outgrown them or they have felt like they have outgrown us. Anytime someone from our past tries to return, it's important that we vet them. And it's important that we remember that our memories of the past do not contain those emotional pains that was caused. And so let's say, for example, we were in a very negative relationship where someone spoke badly to us or someone spoke badly about us. That pain and that emotion that was caused at the time that they were speaking badly about us or to us, that emotional pain is not felt, is not experienced in the current time, in the present. There's a disconnect, a disassociation. And so it's important that we remember that as people from our past try to return to our lives. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for the collective. What would you like the collective to know or to be aware of during or for this reading? My name is Greta. I am an intuitive reader. If at any time you have a question about the cards on the table or about the topic of conversation, please do write that in the comment section and I will answer your question. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for the collective. What would you like the collective to know or to be aware of during or for this reading? And then we have the Six of Pentacles. And again, the Six of Pentacles is actually the Hermit, the teacher in disguise. There is a lesson to be learned here. Yes, any topic. And so, a majority of the topic of this reading, Kenneth, has been the Mercury retrograde and the transformation, the changes that are going to be brought about for us as a collective during this Mercury retrograde, which starts August 4th and lasts until the 28th. But depending on your zodiac sign, Kenneth, you can feel that the effects of the retrograde the week before, or the week or two before, or even the week or two after. So August is really going to be a time of personal transformation and change for each of us. And I really do believe that it's going to be a spiritual change, one where we focus less on the physical and more on the spiritual. We are really entering into a time and energy of really spiritual awakenings and spiritual beings. Uh, Kenneth, did you have a question you would like to answer, or a question you would like to ask on any topic? Thank you, Spirit. Messages for the collective. And again, the Six of Pentacles is the Hermit in disguise. And the Hermit is the teacher. There is a lesson that is here that comes disguised as thank you. So there's a lesson here. I love that you've asked that question at this time. There's a lesson here to be in disguise. And so someone is not as they appear. Something is not as it appears. I try not to be hidden. No, and none of us should be hidden. And sometimes coming to know our true selves is really difficult. And can this wife cheating? Yes or no? Yes or no? And so, Kenneth, is something telling you or indicating, or are you feeling as she is cheating? What is your intuition telling you? I'm just looking for one card as one card comes up. Thank you, Spirit. Is Kenneth's wife cheating? Yes or no? Is Kenneth's wife cheating? Yes or no? And it looks like there is a third party involved here, Kenneth. I don't know if this is uh so I see three people in this card, and I see three people celebrating, and I also see three people that are very intertwined with one another. If we look closer, we can't see where one member ends and the others begin. And so, Kenneth, when you seen this card, what was your intuition telling you? Was your intuition telling you yes, or was your intuition telling you no? But most definitely, I do see a third party there. Have you asked your wife, and what was your wife's reply? Okay. And so, Vi, Is there someone from your past? Jesus washing his disciples' feet. Yes. Is that what you thought when you first thought that? And I guess when I think of washing Jesus's feet, I think of Martha. Yes. And so many times, Kenneth, the biggest are the hardest choice that we have to make if we think or believe that our partner has been unfaithful to us is how are we going to react? Yes, I do answer personal questions. Vi, I was just finishing up with Kenneth before getting to your question, and so I see that your question is that you are divided between two people, and you're wondering about Arthur, or you're wondering about is that Ricardo, and is prior to your question, we were just talking about people from our past and people from our past returning. And so, if one of these people, either Arthur or Ricardo, if they are from your past, I do recommend that you leave them in your past. I will also say, Vi, that if someone is your soulmate, if someone is your twin flame, if someone is your perfect match, you know them, you recognize them immediately, and they know you and they recognize you immediately. That you are questioning either or you're questioning between the two, that is an indication that neither one of these persons, neither one of these people are your person. Thank you. I hope that that did answer your question, Vi. Yeah, usually if we're kind of choosing between three people, that's telling us that neither one of those people are your person. And worst case scenario is if you believe that you have passed your person by or that you have missed your opportunity, the universe doesn't work that way. If something is meant for you, if something is meant for you, that is your purpose. That is your calling. That is your life's path. It cannot pass you by. It will not pass you by. It will keep coming around. The opportunities will keep coming. The opportunities will keep coming until you take advantage of that opportunity. And we could say the same about a life lesson. If there's a life lesson for us to learn, and sometimes that's why some of us seemingly get caught in cycles. It's because we haven't learned the lesson, and we will continually go through that cycle. It will continually happen to us again and again until we learn that lesson. And as soon as we learn that lesson, it will stop, it will end, and we will continue on our life's path and move on to the next lesson. And that's another wonderful thing about Mercury retrograde. When things seem to pause, when things seem to stand still, and we're in this time of personal change, personal transformation, that slowdown is a gift. It's a gift from God, it's a gift from the universe for us to really pause, for us to really step back and evaluate and uh, gain new perspective, gain new insight, gain new wisdom on ourselves and our life's path. And so then in September, October, and November, when things start to speed up again, that we've already looked at that. We've already thought about that. And we have a clear plan set in place on how to move forward. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for the collective. And again, we were talking about the Six of Pentacles and the Hermit, the teacher. There is a lesson here in disguise. Someone is not who they are presenting themselves to be. I don't know if there's a degree of secrecy that you're using to present yourself. There's something about yourself that you're hiding from those that are surrounding you. Or if someone in your group, someone in your circle, someone that you know is not who they say they're going to be or say who they are. And that is followed by the Five of Cups is telling me that it's something from your past, because we see you looking here at your past and not looking at your present. There's something from your past that is not what it seems. Someone from your past who is being misrepresenting themselves, or you're misrepresenting yourself to someone from the past. And there's a hard lesson in this to be learned. I don't, perhaps you have been over giving. You've been over giving to a person who is not who they say they are. There's been over giving going on here. And, it could be financial, but it could be over giving emotionally, being overly supportive. Sometimes, and I think, was it earlier this week in one of my readings, we were talking about emotional vampires, where emotional vampires, they just take our energy. It's like they always have a problem that they want us to solve. They always have a problem that they want us to listen to. And, I see you being very kind hearted and wanting to be very supportive of these people or this person that means so much to you, but they're taking your energy. They are an energy vampire, and you've been overgiving here. And, sometimes overgiving can come from a place of us feeling like we're not enough. Feeling like we're not enough. And so when we feel that way, we try to overcompensate by giving and giving and giving and draining ourselves of our own precious energy. And you can use your strength and your wisdom to determine why it is that you've been overgiving. And the secret does lie in asking yourself, why am I overgiving? And even during this Mercury retrograde, during this time, ask yourself, why am I overgiving? And just think and meditate on that. And source, God, will bring you in the answer. And as soon as you know the answer to that, that is knowledge, that is wisdom that cannot be taken away from you. And it's almost like as soon as you know why, it takes away their power to drain you of your energy. Hi, Archangel. Welcome to my channel. My name is Greta. Yes, Jesus, I believe, is everywhere. I think that Jesus is God and that God is in everything. And when I speak, when I pray, I do speak and pray in Jesus's name. And I think that that is my direct line to source. And I also believe that that is your direct line to source too. And I believe that each and every one of us has that divine gift, that divine light in each of us. Um, some of us call it spirit, some of us call it our soul, some of us call it, I just think back to Sunday school, that little light of mine. It's our inner light, our inner spark. Amen. Yes. Thank you. Hi, Shwata. I hope I pronounced your name right. Welcome to my channel. I do appreciate you tuning in. I was just getting ready to wrap up the reading. Did you have a question that you would like answered, or are you looking for clarity on any of the cards that are on the table here? I'm on a little bit of a time delay. So I hate to cut it off, but it gets a little bit awkward with dead space. But mostly, this Mercury retrograde is one of change and transformation for the collective, for each and every one of us. This Mercury retrograde is going to bring about a getting to know ourselves and getting to know spirit and getting to know our connection with spirit.